Hey everyone. It's been quite a while since the last episode of Expedition Minecraft, and I've been very busy with work, etc. I want to apologize for the long delay, but I really wanted to make Expedition Minecraft Season 2 to be something worth watching. So, one day as I was mining, I noticed something in the corner of my eye and I couldn't quite see it. The fog was very thick. I swam into the bay and I found myself in this strange position where I wasn't sure what I saw, but it seemed to be a way to a different world. Something incredible. And I'm not sure how it ended up in my bay. Perhaps it found me, or I found it. But I went aboard. And life would never be quite the same. We sailed for many days, simply following the stars. And as we sailed, the weather got rough. It got rougher, and then after some time, the sea got calm, very calm. And this last night, I wondered if I would ever see the land I came from again, or what would be beyond the horizon. We would keep sailing until we would find that promised land. I wanted to find that promised land. I was sleeping when I found out that the ship was no longer moving. We had arrived. When I peered outside, I saw a city through the fog. Something very strange. A civilization was something I hadn't seen in such a very long time. But this was quite clearly a village. A city. And there I was in a lively city, on a beautiful sunny day. It seemed like the memory of that whole trip was very distant, as was the country I came from. But just to see all this civilization, it kind of made me appreciate my previous isolation. Oh Christ, what the hell? Okay, so I really wanted to make a playthrough of survival multiplayer, but at least that was the plan for Season 2 originally. And as you can see, we've got like a really awesome setup here. We've built an awesome ship. This is a huge citadel. It's simply incredible. But as you just noticed, you cannot keep a straight face while doing a somewhat atmospheric playthrough. So I've decided to take the boat and sail the little boat to a completely new place, to a completely new map, to a new save game, and start anew. We won't be starting anew completely. I'll be taking my old inventory with me, some small resources, and I'll try to make a foothold on the first map I generated with the new biomes update. And it was a very interesting map I generated. I can assure you that. And after this quick look at the multiplayer server I've been busy at, we'll be jumping into that one. Consider it a little bit of a role-played transition from the old map to the new. Because the old one didn't really play well with biomes, and I wanted to sort of, start anew there. So, yeah, we found some pumpkins also in multiplayer, as you can see. But let me give you a tour of multiplayer. Now, you'll have to excuse the HUD here, the HUD, because hiding that really puts my finger on strain. I have to keep F1 depressed. But let me quickly show you a few of the things me and a friend have built on this multiplayer server. This here is just a sort of a medieval town. We've got several ships here. We've got the shipyard. We've got a really big cathedral. It's really just quite a big village with castles and everything. And it's actually really great to see it. Because like that's the cathedral. It's actually really huge. Here's a blacksmith with a little well, and it's like the place all the steel gets made. Here's a fountain, a bakery. But yeah, the cathedral is a pretty huge project. This actually looks a lot better with the Painterly texture pack. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to really easily install that and uninstall that. But as you can see, this is a pretty awesome project. This wasn't my doing. This was a couple of other people on the server, but I mean, this is some really amazing stuff. There's also a tomb under it, but I won't be showing that. It's if you really want to see it, you can check it out yourself. There's a friend of mine now. You can maybe be able to make out his name there, but I'm just going to ignore him for now as I make my way to the Small Harbour. You've seen the big harbour with the huge ship me and my friend Hjalmar made. We also made this. It's the SAS Voyager, the first ship we made, and the little piggy. So yeah, we made a lot of really awesome stuff on this server. It was a lot of fun to do. Other than that, I mean, Citadel, this project is huge. We've also got... we made a national park, which is actually, this is also the entrance to the Citadel. It has this big gate. We've got a little monument here to the old boundary between the national park and the Citadel, when those were separate projects. And someone else, Preddy, made a windmill. How very Dutch. Yeah, very cool. So let me just fast forward into the national park. So the national park opens to a tree I built. It's kind of a big tree. Everything you see here, including these saplings, these trees, everything was... Hey chicken. Everything was mined by hand. So every single piece of wood, every piece of dirt, every piece of smooth stone, including the Citadel you just saw, was completely mined by hand. No cheats, no giving, no spawning, no nothing. We really had to make it all block by block ourselves. All the smooth stone has been cut out from a rock somewhere, put in an oven, and processed. The tree is still a bit rough here and there, but it's pretty awesome. And this is a really big national park. If I change my view distance, you'll get some artifacts at the horizon, but you can see how massive this really is. I'm actually not following the route we made here, which is stupid. Let me just go up here. You can see it is pretty awesome. Really cut it out like that. My girlfriend made some nice little springs and little rivers here. And me and Hjalmar made the rest of the park. It's pretty sweet. Let me show you the last part of it, which is my house on the server, and then I'll tour some of the larger projects on the server, and we'll be on our way to Expedition Minecraft Season 2. And my house, you can see my house up there. Never mind those little dots there, they're rendering issues. You can bug Notch about fixing multiplayer, they're bugs. So if I go up here, this is a huge mountain we found where we're exploring. It turns out this mountain is actually completely hollow. So the inside of it is just empty space. You can peer inside like this. We did not dig it out like this. It's actually that way. It goes all the way down. It's pretty amazing. And this is my forest. I planted this. It is huge. It has a little, I'm not sure if you can make it out, but it has a little boat house there at the beach. These are the mountain gardens. This is my home. This is the epic warehouse, as we know it. Here's where we store all our goods, which we'll mine. And right over here is the pagoda. That's Hjalmar's home, a friend of mine. We build everything together. And right over here, when the clouds clear, you may be able to make out what we call the biodome, which was pretty hard to make. It is a tree encased in glass, spherical glass, with a beautiful little piece of nature below it. So yeah, that's the national park. It's pretty sweet. This is the Orthanc. Orthanc is really amazing. It is a huge project of, well, map was just loading right there. A huge project done by several people to reconstruct the Orthanc from Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. It is completely made out of obsidian, which is a material that is created when you mix lava and water. It is extremely tough. It takes 15 seconds to break down a single block of this material. And again, this was done without any cheating. And all these trees were planted by hand from saplings that were gathered by hand. Let me just show this in full daylight. That's much more impressive. Yes, the sun rises upon us. So this is the Orthanc. It's really one of the biggest projects on the server. I also posted it to Reddit, and it got about 1,200 upvotes. It is really quite the project, and I've been only such a small part of this. I've donated some saplings I've gathered. I've dug part of the huge hole you see here, and that's about it. It doesn't really do it justice to just show this video. You can check it out yourself. I'll put the link to the server in the video description, but it is absolutely huge. It goes from bedrock level to maximum height. So there you have it. It's the biggest thing ever. It's pretty cool. Let me I'm not gonna climb this whole stairs thing. I'm really not inclined to do that right now, but this is really quite the thing. Pretty cool. A lot of other projects on the server. We've built numerous things. Some make more sense than others, but it's pretty incredible, and I've had a lot of fun doing multiplayer in the meantime. It's something you can just pick up and do when you don't have a lot of time available to yourself. But now I will really be continuing with Expedition Minecraft Season 2, and I hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I did. I really like the smiling man. Smiling man is nice. Such a cool smiling man.